I love doing the tree work. Enjoy it a lot. Have a lot of questions about that. Oh, by the way, good afternoon, everybody. Whew. Well, there's been some stuff talked about that dump trailer. I've had a lot of questions on it, and people have asked me different things. And for the people who's been around for a good little while or anything, and the ones who haven't will figure out pretty quick that when I do stuff, there's always what I call a method to the madness, or the reason why I do things the way that I do them, and this, that, and the other. And there's everything is very, very well thought out on what I do. This trailer here happens to be, look over here, I'll get behind it and show y'all what's going to be going on. I want you to look down this beam. This is not a beam, but the top of it. There's not a ripple or a sway nowhere in it, nor on this side. So this piece of steel right here is broke. This is 3/16. It's broke here to that 90, and then it's broke here, and then it's broke down in there. So there's no seam. That's one solid sheet, and then it runs out in the middle, and the same thing on the other side, and then it's got that centerpiece that overlaps both of them. This thing is insane built right here, y'all. So this gives you an idea. So why did I go with the 32-inch sides? I talked to a lot of different people about that, and the reason I went with a 32-inch size so that I wouldn't be any higher for like loading debris and everything, but I was trying to reach over something, so I kept them at 32 because I'm primarily going to be blowing chips in it. Well, Tim, you can't blow chips into this trailer like this. They're going to blast into it and they're going to fly out of it even if you raise it up a little bit. Right. So what I did the other day is I ordered the metal for this thing. Daniel and I are going to take 4x8 sheets 1/16 inches thick, and we're going to use channel iron, and we're going to use 1.5 by 1.5 angle iron. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a lid that is going to sit on this trailer. It's going to have what we have in the lid, the metal, the flat 4x8 sheets broke 1 inch on 3 sides where they'll butt up, where they'll be strong. And what it'll do is it'll be a lid that'll have almost 4 foot high sides on it that'll sit on the sides and the front, and it'll have a roof on it too that'll be metal, and it's going to come all the way back to this stake pocket here. I'm not going to run it back to the last one. I'm going to stop it right here. So this trailer, the way it's configured right now, is 82 inches wide and 32 inches sides, and it's 16 foot long. If you filled it level full front to back all the way, it's 10.73 yards, is 733 yards to be exact. So once I put those sides on it and get it up like that, as far as chips go, blowing in the back of it, it's going to hold about 22. I hadn't figured it up yet, but it's probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 22 to 23 yards of chips in this trailer right here. And the cover will be fixed to where it'll have 4 lifting points on it that I'll chain into or strap into, and I'll be able to take the mini excavator and set the lid on and off. The lid then will bolt to these stake pockets. So when I set it on, and it's going to be braced so that it holds its shape and don't deform any like that or nothing like that when I pick it up and set it on and off. So I'll be able to set it on, blow chips in it, take it off, haul dirt, and all that stuff like that. I was asked about putting a liner in here. Probably will do that. I'll have to cut it from my D-rings where they'll be able to poke through and use it. I've been asked, well, can it hold the mini? Yes, it will hold my mini. It will go in here. I probably will not hardly ever haul it in here. I really don't need to. Most of all my work I do is right around here. I have people ask me, man, you got all this stuff. How do you do it? I mean, you can only go one at a time. Well, you just make a trip go drop something off the day before, the afternoon before, and you come back and you get something else and you take it over and you drop it off. Well, is that, you know, that's taking you some time, or, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you're going 10 or 15 miles, it's really no big deal. You just take it over. And oh, by the way, sometimes, or a lot of times, I've got Chris helping me. I got Chris helping me, Justin helps me, and then I've got another really good friend of mine who helps me also that y'all have not seen yet. And so when I've got them, we take the 5500 in my truck, both. That's what we do. So we're going to go over here, I'm going to get a piece of wood that we're going to look at and dissect. It's a piece of hinge wood where I cut one of them limbs over at the mansion in this video that started the video. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. This is actually that long limb, not the one that Chris and I lifted straight up about a week or so ago. This is the one that I cut, the face cut over here, and we pulled it and made it hinge back and swing out from around the house. Well, this piece right here is 14 inches diameter. It's actually 18 if you measure it from right there to right there, but average is about 14 inches overall diameter, and from here to there is 11 inches long, actually a tad over 11 inches. So when I did the calculations on it, on what it weighed, this piece right here weighs approximately 79 pounds. And it gets me how heavy that wood is. So that gives you an idea. This limb here was extremely heavy, extremely long. So a guy had commented on the video the other day, and he was talking about the hinge, and he wanted me to show this because he said that this is textbook the way that the hinge is supposed to work. And he's right. I had some people saying, and this is the way that the limb was sitting on the tree right here, because I wanted to pull that limb, make it go up and kind of swing at the same time, because you can see where I finished cutting the hinge on the bottom after everything got settled right there. You can see the thickness of the hinge, how it carries all the way. The video is a little bit deceiving. It looked like I cut it real thin up here on top. I didn't. It's basically the same all the way across. It's just, I wanted to feather that thing. I didn't want it to mess up, break, or anything like that. But it worked just like it's supposed to work. And then I had somebody else say that you shouldn't never cut that close to a rotten spot there, which is a rotten spotted limb where a limb used to be. But you can see from there, which is probably half of it, which is going to be, you know, 5 or 6 inches. It didn't affect the integrity of none of this right here. But that limb, you can only imagine, if this piece right here is 79 pounds and what the entire limb weighed on that oak tree. So sometimes I just kind of have to plug in and charge myself back up too. Yesterday, as I said at the beginning of this video, a very mental day. Did some Corps of Engineer takedown yesterday morning right off the bat. So those y'all who follow me, Cotton Top 3 on Instagram, already seen the stories that were on there of the tree that Chris and I took down for them at one of their campgrounds here locally. It was a monster oak, approximately 118 foot tall when I checked it before I cut it. And it was heavy, leaning over a bathhouse, a shower house there, plus it needed to go between 2 campsites, and just a lot of kind of different stuff went into pulling that off and making that happen and making the tree land right where it landed at. And y'all are gonna get to see a full video of that whole project. So we did that one, got that one done, and I didn't have to do any cleanup on it. I priced it 2 ways: to put it on the ground, and then the other way I priced it was to put it on the ground and clean it up. They opted to just me put it on the ground, and then they would take care of their guys doing doing a cleanup. And as I said on my post this morning on Instagram, hey guys, whoever does that cleanup on that tree, it's a big tree. Where I cut it off up high. It was about 44 inches on the butt. Down at the ground, it's going to be well over 5 foot diameter tree. Very big, very heavy, very tall tree. So got that done, and then we went and worked on another job yesterday. And you know, you go to these jobs and you look at them, and there's certain things that you miss. And I'm not sure how I missed this, or if it wasn't there when I looked at it a few weeks back. I'm not sure what the deal was. But anyhow, when we got there yesterday morning, I thought it was a string laying on the ground, but I got off, was going to move it. It was white looking. It was actually a wire. So the lady there, I asked her, I said, is this like a invisible fence for a dog? She said, yeah, it is. She said, you don't need to mess that up. And I was like, dang, every one of these trees we got to cut, I got to cross this wire here and deal with this wire on this whole job. And so Chris and I did. We worked around the wire and had to deal with crossing it and bringing the trees across it to feed it into the chipper that y'all are sitting on right now. And it made for a long afternoon. So we got it done. One question I get asked too a lot here is, are you still logging anymore? What's the deal? What's going on? I want to ask them, you know, what's the deal with you? Have you not been watching the videos? No, I just log part-time now, to answer your question. Right now, I'm working 3 days a week in the woods, and that's it. I'm fixing to go to just 2 days a week. The tree takedown work is so huge. I got so many jobs booked up and lined up to go do. It's just absolutely unbelievable what that has done for me, and just all that stuff that goes along with it. It's crazy stuff. And I've had people say different things to me that are like arborists and stuff like that. And it's not many, but it's some guys. But here's the thing, and they're kind of like downing me, you know, because I'm, you know, nearly a 50-year-old logger, you know, doing this stuff and everything. But hey, here's the thing, man, what I do out here and what I show with me on the videos and doing a tree takedown work, no, I'll never be a competition climber or nothing like that. It doesn't matter, but here's where everybody can benefit from it. You may be in Timbuktu. These videos are viewed all around the world, the UK, Australia, all over the United States, Canada, everything. There may be somebody in your area that's sitting there watching me up in a tree, take down a tree, watching a video. All of a sudden, a light goes off in their mind. They think, hey, I've got a tree here in my yard I need to do something with. There's something wrong with it. Tim pointed out something in this tree, some rot that I never have noticed, but I looked out there at my tree, I got some rot in it. Well, what are they going to do? They're going to get on Google, and they're going to Google local arborists, or they're going to Google tree services, tree surgeon, tree takedown, tree work, something like that. Chances are your name may pop up at the top of the list or something, or it may pop up in the first 5 or 6. And because of what I do over here, might get you a job. It may get you a $500 job. It may get you $1,000. It may get you a $5,000 job. So that's where people, they go through life with the proverbial blinders on, and they're not looking at the big picture of what things have the potential to be. So y'all tell me what y'all are doing this weekend. Are you busting tail? Are you chilling out like I am this weekend, kind of recharging your battery? Or what you doing? If you need some tree work done, if you need some help with your trees, if you need some advice with your trees, I get a lot of jobs because of that. I go in there, people think they need certain things, and they got something in their mind that they think they need, and I can go in there and save them a good bit of money. They may not need to take down certain trees, and then there may be trees that they're not thinking about that are problem trees that they do really need to tend to before they tend to the other ones. So I help people a lot like that right there. So my email's right down below. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.
How y'all doing? Cottonwood here. Y'all ain't seen me in a long time, but that's okay. So Cotton Top named this chipper right here Miss Piggy. Y'all think, y'all think he did. He ain't done diddly squat nothing. He just, Cotton Top, he dumber than a sack of bricks. But anyhow, I'm the one that came up with that. So we got Miss Piggy the Chipper, and then we got Kermit the excavator that feeds Miss Piggy right here, and then we got, y'all look, this is just brilliant, y'all. We got Oscar, the dump trailer over there, so we're getting the Muppet family covered, y'all. We got the Muppet family covered. Y'all be good, be kind, be safe, and love each other. We'll catch y'all later. As Kai says, later, taters.